What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Geek Muscle. I am your host Drew. So as I'm currently filming this video, we are still under quarantine. We're getting close to the beginnings of April, and like many of you guys, I'm really missing the gym at this point. But hey, you know what? That's okay. Like I mentioned it before, you can still get one kick out of a good workout, even right at home with limited to no equipment. You just gotta be creative, you know? I already showed you guys a couple of upper body workouts as well as some abdominal workouts. And today we're going to be focusing more specifically on legs and glutes. All you need is your own body weight, maybe a couple of bands, some water, as well as some books and a backpack. Limited, that's all you need. You don't need to have any sort of specific fancy type of equipment to get a really good pump in. So without further ado, let's head on to it. Alrighty guys, so to kick off the workout, I'll always warm up with a lighter exercise. In this case, I'm starting off with some normal body weight squats. So we're warming up the glutes, quads, and just overall the legs. Remember to keep the feet shoulder width apart, and when you squat down, keep the knees aligned to your toes. Keep the thighs parallel to the floor as much as possible and press through your heels when you squat back up. Pretty basic stuff, just do the normal squats for about 2 sets of only 15 repetitions at a normal pace. Nothing too crazy just yet. Next up, we're going to continue off with the warm-up, and we're going to be doing reverse cross lunges. So now you're going to cross one leg over the other as you lunge. Not only is this beneficial for your quads as your traditional lunge, but you're also hitting a bit of hamstring and you're putting more emphasis on the butt even more. In addition to that, you're also working on your balance and coordination. So if this is your first time doing it, do it slow and go for control, not reps. But once you get the hang of it, you can do about 3 sets of 12 to 15 per side. Alright, now we're going to get that heart rate up. So we're going to do a bit of a small interval, which consists of 2 squat jumps, followed by 2 lunges, and that counts as 1 repetition. Do this for about 5 to 6 times each, then rest for 45 seconds. Repeat this for about 4 rounds, and believe me, you're going to start feeling your legs and your butt burn. Another exercise that you can do at home is the simple glute kickbacks, nice and controlled. So these are not about speed, it's about control and contract. Do the first set or 2 without anything. Then you can incorporate some resistance bands to, feel more resistance. Maintain it nice and control and do it for about 15-20 repetitions with the resistance band for about 4 sets. Alrighty, so for the next few exercises, we're just gonna add some weights to a backpack. So you can use books. As you can see, I'm using a couple of textbooks and my Zelda book again. And I'm also incorporating a toolbox as well, as I felt I needed more weight by this point. So remember, you can use almost anything in your household for weight or for resistance. Now we're going to move on to the squats again, and this time it's going to be with the weighted backpack. Same steps as before, just do them at your own control as long as you keep your form intact. In this exercise, I kept it about 4 sets of 12 to 15, so once you feel it's too light, add more weight to it, and if you feel like you want to burn out, remove the weight and increase your rep range. That way you can really feel those glutes burning. You can also do a variation of the squat. As you can see, I'm switching over to the front squat with the weighted backpack. Keep the elbows and forearm as centered as possible to maintain the backpack still without moving, and you just squat down. The main differences with the front squat, apart from where you place the weight, is that you're squatting down with the weight in front rather than back, and you're also engaging in the interior muscles even more, such as the quads and the core. Next up, Bulgarian Split Squats. If you're new to this one, start off without any weight, slow and control for about 5 to 10 reps per leg, and once you get the hang of it, that's when you can incorporate some weight. In this case, the weighted backpack. Generally, you're targeting the same muscles as a traditional squat, hamstrings, glutes, but you're also putting more emphasis on the quads since this is a single leg exercise. Your core is also being engaged as you're also working on balance, which is really important, especially for lower body. So I did this weighted for about 4 sets of 8 to 15, and I would drop the weight to increase my rep range. And finally, you can also incorporate some hip thrusts using a chair. Just make sure that if the chair is pretty light, keep it against the wall so it will move. Start off on the floor, rest your upper back at the edge of the chair, keep your chin tucked down, keep the weight resting in the low abdominal and hip area, and use your heels to lift off your hips as your upper back stays on the chair. For every thrust, pause and squeeze your butt at the top, and slowly come down to the starting position. I did these for about 4 sets of 20 to 25 overall, and that's because I felt that this weight was a little bit too easy for this exercise, so I just decided to increase my rep range. There you go. Alrighty guys, so that's pretty much it for today. So, just like how I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you don't need fancy equipment to get a good workout in at home. Yeah, it helps out to have a couple of dumbbells, maybe a squat rack, a few medicine balls. It does help out, the more equipment the better, but it's not necessary. Just get creative with your workouts, starting with your own body weights as well as a backpack, add some books to it, use gallons of water as weights, just get creative with what you got at home, use it to your own benefit. Don't get discouraged if you don't have the proper equipment or as much equipment to work out. Especially during these times that we're locked up, that we can't go to the gyms. Use what you got, keep your eye on the prize, you got this. So if you enjoyed this video, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys down in the next one.